Hey guys, welcome to another MapleStory video. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys all for the comments that you're posting on the giveaway video. I'll be announcing the results of the giveaway upon the release of my final episode of the ARC power leveling, so just make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And I noticed a lot of people in comments have been asking me to try to slow down because I tend to speak very quickly. And that can also probably explain why I have such a hard time trying to speak naturally, or that's why I stutter a lot. It's because I'm trying to speak too quickly, and then, therefore I can't process my information very fast in my head before I actually speak it. And it also probably is a combination of the fact that I edit down almost every pause longer than like 1 second in Audacity, which is probably why it looks like I'm speaking non-stop without actually stopping to breathe. It's just that I just edit out a lot, so I'll try to slow down a little bit for you guys, and if I do speak very quickly, just let me know and I'll do my best to continue lowering it down a bit. I'm currently on Destricon, my shade, who is actually the first character I ever power leveled on YouTube, and he's got a very soft spot in my heart because we're walking a trip down memory lane. Also, he's a Dark Angelic Blessing, which is pretty cool. Anyways, I'm currently on him because, as you guys know, tomorrow is going to be the ARC release, and it's also going to be week 2 of the ARC update. Super excited for that, and I have some gear ready for him. I obviously don't have him as prepared as my Cadino was, just purely because of the fact that I have nothing to transfer over for a pirate. But I will try to transfer over some percent strength gear, like my Demon Slayer's percent Pollux gear, and then let's see if my Xenon. I think my Xenon has pirate belt, so I'll see if I can transfer that, but it's only 9% all stat. We'll see how it goes. But this is what I have for him right now. I also have, I'm going to be using the typical standard power leveling gear I used on all my characters, like the orange sport t-shirt and the ice jeans. Thanks due to the fact that alcohol cubes are super cheap right now in Windy, like 2 mil a piece. I bought like 400 of them, and what I'm going to do is basically every time there's a class I'm going to power level, I just recube the items to be slightly geared toward that specific character. So right now I have strength gear. Right now, this is my CRA top. I believe I just used 70% because I didn't want to go too crazy on them. I do have intentions of getting my ARC to level 200, but for the question as to whether or not I'll actually do all of that on stream, I'm not sure. Speaking of which, guys, it's going to be on my live stream, which will be, I don't know when ARC is coming out, but whenever it does come out, just make sure you take a look at the description below, and it'll just, all the details of the live stream will be there. It's going to be the same format as when I power leveled my Cadena, so I hope you guys are excited for that. Anyways, let's get back into this. My CRA hats, I decided to just, try to scroll these things as best as I could. I'm not going too crazy on them just because, I think it should be more than enough to at least one-shot like Forsaken Excavation Site 2. So there's the Royal Wanderer hat. It's 132 strength. Flames are actually a very wonderful addition for power leveling gear, and I'd say that because Nebulites, if you want to get a good Nebulite 4% all stat or something like that, it would cost billions and billions of meso. You obviously don't want to put that on power leveling gear. But flames can provide an equal benefit to that for only like 1 or 2 flames, or not the eternal flames, you don't want to use these, but even for like the regular rebirth flames that you get from bosses or quests, you can definitely use those and put them on there. And even if it gives a very tiny amount of stat, like 20 stat, or maybe like 4% all stat, that's still really good. It's nice for just anything. So that's what I've been doing on my CRA. So there's the hat. The top is only 5% all stat. I don't think I'm going to worry about flaming it after that. Also, occult cubes make it very easy to make power leveling gear because that way you can just rush for 6% of a stat or even 9%, and we'll call it good there. And that's also a very big quality of life change, because before I quit, these things were gone, and when they were there before, they had a chance to downgrade your item's potential, but now they're perfectly fine. They're essentially Master Craftsman cubes but can only go up to epic, and even if you get like 6% strength on an item or 6% stat, it's still pretty good. But yeah, you guys can probably hear my voice is gurgling, or is getting clogged up very quickly. I should have definitely recorded this before I ate. Okay, anyway, solid Gollix ring. I did have a solid ring and it's 15% strength, pretty good. And it's just like one that I got from a mule that I was doing Gollix on. By the way, any of you guys who are not in Reboot or Bara, in Bara they're probably too deflated, but in all the other dead servers, I highly recommend that you do Gollix on your mules because they do cost quite a bit of meso. Like in Windia, I think Superior Gollix ring and earrings are both 8 bill. So if you have any mules that are about level 190 or above that can do Gollix pretty easily, even easy Gollix, you can definitely go ahead and make some quick easy meso. That's what I've been doing for a lot of my characters actually, just because there's really no other way to make meso effectively besides just doing bosses and such. Silver Blossom ring, just a placeholder ring, and I think it's pretty good. I have 2 reinforced pendants, both +7 perfected, and they're both 7% or 6% strength. My superior belt. I'm still thinking about whether or not I want to transfer a Tyrant belt, but I'll probably just stick to this because this is better than Tyrant belt until 7 stars. I have a Royal Black Metal Shoulder. I don't know if I want to go for an Empress one, but frankly the difference between those two are not that high. We have 6 base attack and 10 all stat versus 11 base all stat and 7 attack, so it's an insignificant amount. Now I have a Onyx Maple Grip that I actually had from one of my mules, so that's going to be my level 100 claw, or not claw, my knuckle. Then I have a Sharktooth Wild Talon. Actually, I believe I also have I have a Royal Von Leon Claw, and it is main podded for 18 bonus attack, which is pretty nice. And then I also have the Sharktooth Wild Talon, right there, 3% attack. I didn't see any reason to epic potential either any of these, just because they're going to be placeholder items, and then we're going to finish up with this. I have 2 knuckles, but this one is scrolled with 70 and 30%, whereas this one is cubed with 15%. I did during Spell Trace Fever time, and I actually got really lucky. It went to 15 stars in under, I think, a total of 30 attempts. I put like 2 flames on it, I think. They were unfortunately Eternal Flames, but I didn't mind too much. And I got, I think that's tier 4 or tier 5, that's probably tier 5 attack, and 10% boss, and tier 6, or no, that's tier 5 boss damage, and tier 6 all stat, very nice. It also got a pretty decent unique pot of 9% damage and 9% attack. And I also threw a beefy Black Knight Soul on it. I don't know what the elite boss souls do. If it's a summon, that'd be great. If not, it's perfectly fine. And then I believe I have my ultimate path right here. People who don't know how to get the Arc secondary, Neville, the secondary shop NPC, he does sell them. Just took a while for him to actually get them. And I just simply cubed it to get 6% attack, nothing too big. I just want to go for that. As for the rest of the power leveling gear, they're currently on a different character, so I will transfer over very quickly. I do have a 6% strength superior pendant, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to use it, just because I already have 2 reinforcements, which are perfectly fine. And then we'll have to wait on and see how that goes. So I will be right back and go on my other character. Okay, so we're on my Phantom right now, and he's holding quite a few pieces of power leveling gear himself, but the most notable one I think I want to go point out is, I think one of them is in the storage. Where is it? Or is it not here? There it is. The MVP Diamond actually gives you a monthly title that's tradable, and it gives a 10 attack, 10 all stat, 6% PDR, and some decent other stats. I mean, they also give us a medal that you can transfer as well, which is strength plus, or all stat plus 5 and attack plus 5 and max HP and MP 500. So I'll be sending those in. I think those are the 2 new additions to power leveling gear that I have. Everything else you've already seen before. I think we should be ready to go. I do have a decent, I have one 3x EXP coupon for 2 hours that I'm going to be using for my arc. Not entirely sure if I want to use it at the very beginning or the very end. Some people have been asking me about the burning event, because you can have 2 characters burn at the same time. I probably should have saved my Burninator for Arc, because I believe that can be used on Arc, but the Mega Burning Project cannot. Which means I'm basically going to have to level up Arc the old-fashioned way. Although, you know, it's not going to be too difficult. The easiest levels are until 140 anyway. And yeah, I think that covers it. I'm going to be trying to get some Monster Park done for more gold potions, and I think they should be all set to go. Just remember guys, if you want to watch the live stream tomorrow, it's going to be in the description below, all the details, and hope to see you guys there.